What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to unbox and demo a very exciting pedal, the Digitech Whammy Drop.
Whammy! Whammy! Whammy!
I'm really excited to see how it compares to my classic whammy that I've been using for just over 20 years now. And that thing is haggard. So it was time for an upgrade, and what a worthy upgrade it's going to be. So let's hop on in. Just a super quick look at the box. I thought something that was rather interesting was that I was able to find my original box from 20 years ago. The receipt I still have inside was from 2004. And I always remember this being a pedal that I had to save up for, and I can still see why, because even back 20 years ago, this pedal was $325, and that was just the original whammy, not even the droptune version. So I remember staring at the original box for a long time because I was really excited about it. Everything about the box kind of drew me in, and I gotta say, just from looking at the packaging, the new one doesn't quite do that as much. Very basic packaging, quick little look. I thought that might be interesting for some of you. Boxes basically just lay out all of the details and overview the pedal. I feel the classic packaging showed a little more on the front that was a bit more enticing, but what are you gonna do? That's one experience that's remained pretty much the same. Is what you get inside is warranty card, owner's manual, dedicated power supply, and of course, the big beast of a pedal itself. Finally holding these two pedals beside each other, first impressions, they kept up the same build quality, which makes me extremely happy because my initial whammy pedal, which was the Whammy 4, this thing was built like a tank. This thing came on tour with me across Canada and played every show from the time I was 18 onwards. This thing took an absolute beating. The knob has actually been broken off for well over a decade, or yeah, at least. So I kind of just had it stuck on 2-octave up setting, which was all you ever needed. So quick overview on the whammy pedal for those of you that might not be familiar with it. This pedal is known for a lot of classic sounds which you might have already heard but didn't realize it. This is what created the signature sound in the song Becoming from Pantera. Dimebag Darrell is the reason that I have this pedal. And probably the reason that many people have this pedal. The other main player that was known for this and his sound is obviously Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine. Very, very clearly loved the whammy pedal. This has worked its way into a lot of modern metal. You hear people like Buster and Viljarta and Humanity's Last Breath. All sorts of other new bands using this as like a very good way to add textures. So there's 3 sections within the original whammy pedal. There's a harmony section, a detune section, and a whammy section. Most of the players that I mentioned before were definitely using the whammy section on 2-octave up, but you can also go 1 octave up, 1 octave down, 2 octaves down, use a dive bomb, which actually lets you do a simulated dive bomb of like a Floyd Rose, but without having a bar, of course. You can use the treadle of the pedal itself, a drop tune setting, and all of these settings were carried forward onto the new pedal. So now the whammy section has been moved over to the opposite side of the pedal as it originally was, and now in place you have all the controls over here for the down tune section or the drop tune. So enough yakking, I want to get this hooked up and we'll see how this thing sounds. Okay, I've got everything all hooked up. I've got the Dragon Burst set up in drop F. Got it hooked up into Archetype Abasi from Neural DSP, which is my amp sim of choice. We'll see how this thing sounds. Let's start off with classic 2-up whammy because that's what I know best, which will basically let you take a note and then take it up 2 octaves. So then you can do some really cool things. And make some really obnoxious noises. As soon as I did that, my cat ran away. Sorry, Coco. Immediately, 2 octaves sounds dope. See, now that's interesting, actually. I think this thing does a way better job of tuning than the classic whammy did. And I still might actually even use the classic whammy for the 2-octave up because it has a certain grossness to it that, I don't know, can't really be beat. So yeah, the whammy section seems to sound sick. It's got a basic harmony section in it. Depending on which direction you push the treadle, it has different harmony settings. I don't think I need to go too much further into the harmony setting. There's only one thing left to do. Let's try tuning some shit down. So we're starting off in F with a single step down. Now that is actually really sick. What I was complaining about with the previous whammy stuff going up, with it tuning too good, is now working in the favor of drop tune. So you can, by the sounds of it, I can do some sludgy chords and drop F and have them be tuned down. So this is already sick. The momentary switch, using that, you can just kind of go in and out for obnoxious reasons. So that's single step down. I'm basically just going to start going down with the tuning and see what happens. Okay, so octave down, it starts to get a bit messy, but that's to be expected. Works on the C though. Chords don't quite work. Let's try like a fourth. Ah, there we go. I haven't tried octave under and dry. Let's try this. Probably better for single notes. Tracking seems sick. Seems to do everything that I wanted to do. I am stoked. So yeah, I got to try out the main things that I wanted to see, and it's definitely hitting all of those marks. So I was kind of expecting that I was going to use the classic whammy for 2-up anyways, but this is going to let me to get into some new territories, which I wouldn't hit before without having to like tune down and buy new guitars and stuff, and I already have lots. I'm going to do a quick little bit of writing, sit down with this thing, and we'll see what we can come up with and see if I can show off a variation of different sounds that this pedal makes, and most importantly, have some damn fun. So yeah, overall, I'm really impressed with the Digitech Whammy DT. I'm very stoked to have this in the arsenal. It's definitely got all the pitch shifting features that I need. I've been testing out, seeing if I could get away with it with some plugins and stuff, and it just wasn't quite getting there. It's got all the features that you need for pitch shifting and more, and it'll let you get into some lower tunings without having to switch guitars or even buy new ones for that matter. I mean, you can obviously never have too many guitars, but at a certain point, space becomes a thing, and it gets expensive to buy strings for all of them. That's a really bad complaint to make. So some things that I did mention, you're going to get a bit of a cleaner sound out of this for the pitch bending, which works better for the down tuning stuff, but doesn't let you get as quite nasty in the upper range. But I mean, that's just like a small little complaint. I've definitely had some people ask about how I got such a gnarly sound in certain covers and stuff, and it's like, it's just the classic Whammy. Obviously, those are getting much more expensive nowadays, so you can get yourself a Whammy and the drop tune section all in one pedal for kind of the same price. If you're in the market for pitch shifting and drop tuning like I am, I think this is definitely the way to go. And clearly I've shown that the pedal can last a long time because my previous Johnny has been going for 20 years, broken knob and all. And honestly, after this, it's going to still be used. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe for more content because I'm trying to get back to doing this regularly. And if you do want to throw me some support in the best way possible to ensure that you can see more videos and stuff like this, go check out my clothing company, waifu.com, and that's with 4U, not FU. I've gotten into screen printing some of my own tees and even doing some custom dyed blanks like this reverse dyed Johnny. And yeah, of course, thank you as always for watching. If you want to know anything else about this pedal, make sure to hit me up in the comments and let me know. I'm going to get further into programming with MIDI and stuff like that, so maybe I could even do a video on that if you're interested, because I know it was kind of hard for myself to find some information on doing so in Cubase, so let me know if you want to see that. Anyways, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you sometime soon. Peace.